sir?
Good, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Nice to see you. So I have to ask, you've done a lot of cool stuff, but this has to have been like a crazy, awesome experience working for Ridley Scott in such a huge Hollywood movie.
It's, it's really everything that you would think it would be. It's such a huge dream of mine. He's just such a legendary director, legendary man, with a legendary story. And so I grew up reading the Bible. My father was a Southern Baptist minister, so I know the book of Exodus. And so, I mean, this is just, such an incredible thing.
When you think back on the making of this huge production, is there a day or two that you always remember? Like there was this one day that Christian and I were couldn't get our lines right, or one day that the effects were just being a real bitch.
I mean, I think when we were parting the Red Sea, it was a time I will never forget. It was just such an epic, crazy thing, it was in the Canary Islands, gorgeous, in the sea, and how they were creating the current to move, that it actually looked like the sea was being pulled out. They had 20 jet skis lined up in a row, just creating current, and thousands of extras, all looking very biblical. Lots of camels pooping everywhere because they were terrified, but it was creating a giant toilet bowl that we were all walking through all day long for days and days, and it was just, it was disgusting. But yeah, I couldn't help but dry heave. They made it, there's a whole 3-minute long behind the scenes thing that I'm sure will be on the DVD, but of my whole dry heaving.
That's going to be great, actually.
Yeah. So look out for that. Yeah, you'll like that.
So you have you're not a huge part of the movie, but you have you're a key component of the film. But when I was watching, I kept on wondering, is this going to be one of these Kingdom of Heaven things where down the road there's a whole bunch more scenes? Was there stuff with you that was deleted, or?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the whole film that was kind of trimmed down, and I mean, I think the film now is running about 2 hours and 40 minutes, and so there's a lot of stuff of me riding my horse that didn't make the movie that I was very upset about, but it's all good. I love my horse so much, and I never really knew how to ride a horse before jumping onto this film, and then by the end of it I really knew how, and it was great. But yeah.
I'm being given the wrap-up signal, so I will...
Let's keep going a little bit.
Well, I definitely want to ask you, since wrapping on Breaking Bad, which obviously I've mentioned time and time again, every person walking through the door, how much I love it, blah, blah, blah. Let's get off that show. You've done a whole bunch of movies recently, and you're filming something now. What can you tease people about what you have coming up?
Well, second season of BoJack Horseman coming up, Netflix. I love that show, so proud to be a part of it. But it's even better than the first season. But yeah, you and I are going to be seeing each other very soon on the set of Ninth Life of Louis Drax, which is a movie based on a book. It'll be coming out next year, and yeah, I got a few movies coming out next year that I'm very, very excited about. Just lucky to be working.
Yes, and one last thing. You and your wife have a really cool charity, and I definitely would like you to plug it to help.
Yeah. It's not my charity, but it's something that I absolutely support. It's my wife's organization. It's called Kind Campaign. She travels the country and talks to young girls about the effects of bullying. She goes to elementary schools through college, but she directed a documentary called Finding Kind, and it's just trying to understand why girls tend to treat each other so badly at a very young age, and so she's just trying to educate girls just to really be kind to one another, and it's an incredible thing. I'm
going to thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on this. It's a pleasure to see you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.